I think the way that the president has evolved on this issue has been responsible and respectful, and has really allowed so many people from across the country to be able to think about marriage equality a little bit differently. The president understood that it was going to take time to move the American people on this issue, and that there were also a host of other issues that impact the LGBT community. And so to beef up hospital visitation rights, to sign the Matthew Shepard James Byrd Hate Crimes Act, the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, it's very clear that he is committed to spreading equality more evenly across this country.
I'm here with Nee, and he is working with the Obama campaign. So Nee, this is amazing. I mean, Barack Obama just supported full marriage equality.
It is a great time for our movement. It's a great time for our country. I think the way that the president has evolved on this issue has been responsible and respectful, and has really allowed so many people from across the country to be able to think about marriage equality a little bit differently. You know, a lot of folks ask me the question, well, how come the president didn't come out for marriage equality when he first got into the White House? The answer to that really belongs to him, but my best guess is that the president understood that it was going to take time to move the American people on this issue, and that there were also a host of other issues that impact the LGBT community. And so to beef up hospital visitation rights, to sign the Matthew Shepard James Byrd Hate Crimes Act shortly after taking office, and a number of other great accomplishments. I mean, the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, well, that was nauseating in terms of how long it took to actually go from wanting to do this to actually successfully repealing that very discriminatory law. And so this is a great time for our community. I noticed a lot of folks are wearing Obama stickers, just like this one right here, because he's our guy. He's our guy, and it's very clear that he is committed to spreading equality more evenly across this country.
How important is community in terms of making global change?
Community is essential to creating global change. We all have to get invested in the outcome that we desire, and that's been what the Obama campaign's been all about. Getting people engaged block by block, city by city, state by state. That's what we're going to continue to do to win in November, and the LGBT community is a big part of that. Not just in terms of helping us with our fundraising, but helping us on the ground to move the constituencies that need to be educated in terms of the accomplishments that this administration has delivered on.
Let's say that Barack Obama is reelected. What can we expect for full marriage equality?
The president has already indicated that he supports the repeal of DOMA. We can expect the administration to put some teeth behind that. We can expect for the administration to continue to support the transgender community in a way that has been unprecedented. I think you can expect this administration to play an appropriate but active role in supporting LGBT equality globally. We've already seen during this term that sexual orientation has become a part of the definition of human rights in the UN, and that's in part because we have a president that stands up for us on the really big issues, but also the issues that may not gather a lot of attention but mean so much to all the members of our community.
Is there really a separation between church and state in the United States?
I think there really is a separation of church and state, and I think the other side is trying to muddy that separation. But I think the way in which the president has come out for same-sex marriage, as a matter of his personal opinion, he's done it in a way that I believe, and so many other people believe, is not intended to antagonize the faith-based community. I mean, you know, we may not see eye to eye on that issue, but we have a president that's still willing, you know, to work with the faith-based community, and still sees a number of other issues in which the faith-based community is going to be absolutely essential moving forward. Let's also be clear that there are quote-unquote mainstream issues that impact the LGBT community as well. We believe that we need to rebuild an economy that works for everybody. That everybody includes the LGBT community. And so looking forward into a second term of the administration, obviously the Employment Non-Discrimination Act needs to get passed. And if we're rebuilding the economy, we have to make sure there are protections for all of us and not just some of us.
What about education, especially in the workplace?
The more that we give ourselves permission to express who we are, the more we encourage folks to come out of the closet and come out to their families, the more we create an environment that makes it more acceptable for folks in the workplace. That work starts right now. And hopefully all the folks that see this documentary and that see your work will be inspired to tell their story and to come out and to be proud, because your president is proud of you and your nation is grateful for this movement that you've created that really helps us to become that more perfect union. It's the responsibility of all of us to use our skills and use our talents in extraordinary ways to serve the world. And I think this documentary is an example of you and your team using your talents to amplify the voices of people in our community that may see things differently, but we're all striving for that more perfect union. We're all striving to make our communities better, to make them safer, and to make sure that we live in an economy that works for all people. And so I would encourage everybody that's watching this to think about what talents you have and to use those in extraordinary ways to serve the world and serve this country.
I want people to know you're real people and you're not just people who come here and scream on a corner.
There you go.
Okay?
Appreciate
Okay,
that.
so maybe I'll get between you guys.